Hey, love bugs, this is Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope, everybody's doing blessed and highly favored. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, 11 blessings, 11 light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you've been watching my videos for a while and have not already, drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. And if you've been with me for a while and I haven't heard from you, please drop a line. I would love to hear from you again. And thank you so much for the support. And you were nice enough to come through the neighborhood. And sending so many love and blessings, beautiful vibes your way of whatever you may be facing, whatever thing you may be struggling through to get to. I'm sending beautiful vibes your way to be able to help you overcome and surpass whatever you're facing. And anybody's coming in with low nefarious vibes where it's only self-serving you or it's not godly. Hey, I'm turning that right back to sender. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, your shift hits different. It's not the fact of what you have, but how much you've overcome. That is true. Be different times where, a year or two can go by, or 5 years can go by, 10 years can go by, and you may felt like, I had a plan. I had a short-term goal, I had a long-term goal, and this is not where my goal was, to feel like I should have been a lot further than what I am now. And there'll be different times where you want to get a side eye and be like, oh, you're right, exactly where you need to be. And like, if you want to be able to keep the same daggone lips you had when you projected that mess out to me, you better leave me alone. Get way over there. There's the door. Be one of those things. But it'll be those different times you have learned so much. You have grown so much. You can be able to say, I'll step up and show it for myself, even when I'm stepping up by myself. It's okay. I'm walking into the unknown, even though I'm, with fear and shaking. But I'm giving myself to understand, not everything that I need to see. Not everything is what it seems. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving myself that time to step in faith. Not allowing myself to always play safe all the time. Being able to take that risk when, when that executive decision is meant to do. And it'll be those different times where you have really gone through different things into your life, and you have, sometimes I have to play this on repeat to myself, especially with so many different things I face like other people. And it'll be those different things. It's like, if you did not go through this, what kind of strength do you would carry? Who do you know who you really could have been if you didn't face the things that you faced? Even though where you feel like that you are not exactly where you want to be right now, you are that person. You are that person of a prayer, of a blessing, that you are right sitting smack into that prayer that you prayed for strength, compassion, patience, and I mean, it'll be those different times where you right now probably is, what you're going through, what you're facing is really testing your faith, your belief, your patience, your dignity, your strength. All these different things are being tested right now in the midst of what you're going through. And it'll be just like when you can look back and not look back at where you're dwelling on the past, but just looking how much that past has changed you, and it could either be that past that you went towards the journey of really changing, healing the best way you could, the best way you know how. You stepped out of survival mode so you can be able to live and experience. You're not placed into existence to be able to, stay stuck. You're allowing yourself to see, you're going through a total eclipse of a spiritual change, awakening of the spirit. You had to go through a spiritual awakening, because it's awakening a part of yourself that wasn't ready yet until you went through these certain experiences in life. You had to be hurt. You had to be able to see a truth. You had to be able to understand where the lie is, or where you've been existing instead of you experiencing, where things weren't serene. You were in that survival mode, or different things where you changed the frequency because you wanted a little bit more in life. You didn't feel fulfilled in life. You wanted to feel like you were aiming towards something that you really thought you wanted in your life. Spiritual confirmation. And then when you finally got there, that wasn't really fulfilling to your life. Like, oh God, this is it. It was like, I really thought I wanted this in my life. It could be, prime example, like if you could have been in a family where it's like everybody is doctors and lawyers, and you want to be an agricultural teacher or something like that, or and the ones that discover, goes towards ruin. Some of them was like Antarctica. I can't remember that daggone name, but it's like the ones to be, discovering new things, like you're in Egypt or you're in Iraq, or, you're finding these different temples and you're understanding different things that wasn't, that was hidden and was waiting for us to discover. You're those different, agricultural, whatever, be one of those. I can't remember the word. I can't pronounce it right now, but you get the point. It'll be those different things where, no, our family goes by this and this and that, doctors and lawyers and, psychologists and stuff like that. Okay, well, my life is built different, so I had to go through this. There's a lot of times it's sad, but there's a lot of people that go through life and they really don't adventure on seeing what their life could have really been like, because they're following suit of what, our family was built on, or this is the different things where, in our generation, it's like, but you're going to be that generational curse, so you're going to move different, but you had to go through different things where you had setbacks, failures, these are things create success. If you didn't go through these things, it really wouldn't be meaningful for you when you finally hit that pinnacle that you already surpassed, that you thought you were going to sit up here and get anyway. You could have been right here, and just from all the experiences that you went through, you end up coming up all the way over here, and then you're looking back down at that flag of a mountain. You could be on top of Mount Everest, and you are just over here on a molehill. You expect yourself to be on that molehill, but you end up being, you drop the baggage just off from the past. You're allowing yourself to look at the different things that you went through and really learn and grow from these different things. It's like, dang, I went through this, I had this taken from me. I had this lied on me. I had my character deformated in some kind of way, and this and this and that. And that was giving me that fuel. I mean, that's what I meant to say, not fume, but fuel to be able to surpass these different things, and being able to use this not as a coping mechanism, but something to make me fuel myself to be able to come my own fire. These are the different things that fueled me to become a better person. It could have been somebody that stood up here and said that you will never, amount to nothing, because, there will be different times that, I didn't graduate high school. I dropped out of school, high school dropout. And there'll be different people that, the way I was living my life, and hell, I didn't even think my life could get any better than what it was. But it allowed me to be shameful, not to no longer be shameful of how things turned out with my life, because I never expected to be where I am today. Never thought I would sit up here and be, doing podcasts or doing videos on YouTube or anything like that, and just being able to speak in my truth and tell the experiences that needs to be told. And saying, wow, I went through these different things in life, and, it really, taught me something in my life that I really didn't know I had to go through, and being able to understand this is, what took place, and really, seeing where challenges was coming in, and seeing, where people turned it back on me, or, didn't give me the support that I gave them. And it was being able to, okay, there's just journeys where there's, even if you expected these situations to stay the same all the time, this is where ultimate change came in. This is where you got your power from, to be able to say that there are certain things that's just going to drastically change in your life. You have to be able to accept that. Because there's a lot of time where this disappointment comes in, is where we don't expect change to take place into our lives instead of adapting to it. I had to be able to learn that in so many different ways, where I had to accept, okay, this situation, it is what it is. Or these people, you have to understand it is what it is, and just being able to say, I learned so much from certain individuals, or I learned so much from certain situations, and I can even appreciate it when it hurt me. It brought some kind of growth in. A lot of time, love comes from tough love, or, hurt can bring purpose to bring power. Everything holds a purpose to it, and these are the different things that take place into our life, where you're learning so much from things, and I felt like, growth comes in even when it hurts you, and it can help you even when it, tears everything apart. It gives you that chance to be able to create everything on a stable foundation, because there's a lot of times our lives are built up off of lies. And then when it comes to that point where you may have been living in a certain character of your life, and you just not know this is a fake character, now this is that time for you to really prove to yourself, not prove to other people, but prove to yourself, what can I build off of truth? What is my truth? Where can I take my life, where my life has been, Is that where my life was supposed to, rotate around? Or is it creating something to give me that chance to create something better? And we learn through those experiences every day to where, my shift hits me different. You have to be able to understand your shift hits you different. There'll be sometimes, I used to explain, what this and this and this and that. And it'll be at that point. Now, I'm not going to explain anything to you. My journey is my journey. If you don't understand, it wasn't meant for you to. There are going to be people that are going to get it. There'll be different people who are going to celebrate that. There'll be people that want to deny that from you, want to take it away. But it'll be the different times where this is a whole gift of gab to me, or different things like that takes place into my life where I can be able to grow this to where I want to be able to grow this. This is a solid foundation to where I know if I can make this a million times, a million stories to it, I can go all the way to the top. And I don't have to worry about it crumbling because it was built on a solid foundation. And these are the different things that was through pain, through purpose, through power, through transition, through sustaining, or, different things where it's taking, into my whole life of something I never thought that I can be able to create on. And I'm giving myself that chance to give myself that chance, because a lot of times, we stay in that comfort zone of playing safe. If we know everything to point A to point B to point C, well, it's okay. But then the challenge comes in, sometimes you're going to have to hit point A, and that powerful shift, you don't realize it done already went from point A to point S, not really knowing that, because I went through all these trials, all these tribulations, these different things where, I should have had an award, I should have had this, and I should have had that. But you're getting your awards through what you surpassed. You're getting the awards for what you healed from. You're getting the awards of what you made peace with. And, these are the different things where, some people or certain individuals or certain groups feel like, okay, for you to be able to do this, you have to have so much to show for it in a materialistic 3D way. Because, a lot of the world right now is built off of 3D situations. And it's just like there's a lot of people where, it goes surpast that. We're connected to everything. It doesn't, our experience and our growth doesn't have a limitation to it. It's unlimited. The sky's the limit. And even surpass that, even if you really like, man, I'm going to hit a dimension, and I'm going to be able to flip and flop it, turn it down or whatever. It's going to be a whole table. It ain't going to be turned. It's just going to flip over. And those will be the different, that's where my goal is. That's where my limitation is, where it's unlimited, because there's a lot of times we sit here and we limit ourselves, feeling like, okay, if I'm this, this sexual orientation or this, walk of life, I have to have this. Or if it, you could be a person that it can live in a low income housing or not come from the base neighborhood and not realizing that could be your starting point to catapult into something where people never thought you can get out of that situation. Or you can be that person that was already an executive and you surpassing even what an executive is. Like what I'm at, they don't even have a name for it yet. And it's like, what you want to call it? I don't know, but we're going to think about it along the way and be those different vibes in your life. You could be that person that's homeless, and you have so many gifts, you have so many talents that, it's like a person, it'll be it'll be different people. And, I've used that as an example before. You could be this person that has so much filled with knowledge, but it could be your weak link, or your Achilles could be the fact is you don't have the funds of the fundamental to be able to grow something like this. And it'll be something that it could be priceless just for where you're at and end up creating something different. It could be the right person at the right time. Like, okay, this person experienced stuff. And, a lot of times I feel bad when I see people that are homeless and be just like, I felt like my life don't really been through something until I see somebody who's sitting on the street or, don't have a place to lay their head, or trying to figure out where their next dime is coming from or where their food is coming from. Been in situations like that, except not homelessness. But it'll be those different times where that person said, I live free, I ain't got to pay a bill. I ain't got to maintain a household. And there'll be some people that really don't see being homeless as some kind of, what word am I using? Some kind of handicap or something like that, where we can automatically do that, because some people live free through the land, like that, where they, I appreciate it. They can see different views of it, than we may have. And it can be that person that has all these ideas, and next thing you know, a person can have all this money but just don't have that right idea that really gets them going, gets them excited. I can be this person where I'm an executive, creator of where we come out with these different pitches and stuff like that, and I really don't have anything that's really getting me to move that way. And then it could be that person that is homeless, that where this person got all the money and stuff, but he really don't have that experience or that knowledge that really just got him going like that. And it can be this person, they just don't have the money to be able to do this, and all filled with these ideas. And it could be a person that just so happen they share coffee. That one, they be like, hey Sam, or hey Linda, or whatever, have a coffee with me. You always have this, have something beautiful to say today. It's like, how do you find so many beautiful things to say? And you're homeless, you're going through this. And then it will be that person that gives out that knowledge. It's like, it's not what you have, it's so much of, what you have achieved, what have you learned, what humbled you, what are you grateful for, appreciation. Even I have so many different things to be grateful for, even when I'm homeless. And it'll be those different things that it'll be that one thing, especially like you see on here with different shorts or different videos that you see, especially it's like the kindest moments. I forgot what the channel is called, where you see so many beautiful things that people do, and I'll be over here just crying and stuff like that. It's like beautiful moments where, you see people just buying other people food that are hungry, or, I've seen different people that sit up here and pay for different hotel rooms and stuff like that. And you're seeing that, and I feel like that can be a double-edged sword, because it's something you're showing that people, humanity really needs to be this way. If you got blessings like that, if you were the type of person that, if you came into money or you were born into money and stuff like that, you really don't know what sacrifice is. You didn't have to go rock bottom to get yourself there, or whatever. You've been able to just thrive through a whole life. You really didn't have to know what a struggle was. It was always just given to you. Or a person could have been here and really would have hit rock bottom, and you're like, how did I get here? How did I do that? But then you're seeing throughout those unpleasant situations how you learn to appreciate different things. Even when there's moments where, why would God do this to me? Why would this happen? And there'll be some kind of blessing that creates that major change that took place in your life that was very traumatizing, very, anxiety-filled type of situation, really made you look at life. It could have either made you bitter, or it could have made you better, and different things like that. Because there's so many different people I've seen that was homeless, like Tyler Perry. He really had to go through some different stuff where he was homeless and stuff like that. Or Steve Harvey, he left, he's lived in his car for a while. You see where these people are at, and it'll be different things like that in life where, when you finally get your blessings, you just cry like, hey, I've been here, I've been there, this is what happened to me. And those will be the different things. It's not where you came from, or, but it's where you're going, or you can look back and it's just, not be ashamed of where you came from, but look how far you overcome that. Or, even when you're trying to hold it all together, that's your greatest strength. Even when things are not okay, you can say, I'm okay. Because we different times, people be asking me, you okay? I'm fine. They be like, Roslynn, you're lying. Okay, well, let me just live that lie. I'm okay. Or, I finally get to that point where I got my pride and, tell somebody that, really cares about me. Like, hey, I'm going through this. And really not, open the floodgates of what I'm going through. Is just say, hey, I'm really going through that, because I'm not trying to breathe that, into my life again after I done made peace with it. But just different things, even where I'm not where I want to be at. It just allows myself, when I get out of my feelings and get out of my pride and get out of my ego, just being able to say, I'm in that blessing where, I prayed for this. Pray for being able to have the strength to be able to see the good even in the bad situations. Be able to, create beauty in an ugly situation. Even on different things that make me hate life, makes me love to be able to experience it at the same time. And those are the different things that really count the most. Those are priceless. You can't put price tags on that. A lot of times we be like, oh, if I had this and this and this and that, I'll be so happy. It's just like, but why can't we be happy right now with just what we have? You know, it'll be a lot of times, you know, you could be that person that really, see, and it was just like I had a thing pop up, notification pop up. So it'll be those times where I have to be able to allow myself, even when I'm lacking, to be able to appreciate exactly where I have, you know, and just being able to do that. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of my video, y'all. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Darian Krause, much love to you as well, and Val Stover. So if you're new to the channel, please drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to me. Even subscribe, you know, so you can be able to watch different parts of my content. I make a lot of videos. It's like every once in a while, you know, Universal tell me, hey, you can do a different video. You can do a twin flame video, or just a wicked video, or, you know, just talk about life on top of life and be able to create love to that. But they've been wanting me to stay on the Heyoka thing, because there's so many people like, Roslynn, I didn't know I was a Heyoka until I started watching these videos. Or, you know, you're the only one who just stays on Heyokas for a long time. Because, I don't know, I've been on doing Heyoka for the last, I think it's probably about 5 years now, 4 years. I can't remember, but it was like, oh my God, it's been that long, and I've been stuck on Heyokas for a long time. And it's beautiful to be able to reconnect with our tribe, even though we haven't, you know, physically met. We've been in each other's lives a long time. We're just playing different parts of it, you know. But I hope you all have blessed, abundant week, you know, sending so many prosperous vibes, abundant vibes towards your way, you know, give you much energy to keep continuing along your path of purpose. It brings ultimate power, and you're creating that right now. Even when the things like moments of failure, you know, God can make a way out of no way. Where what you feel is impossible, He'll create it within you of the ultimate possible. So, you know, much love, you know, be responsible and safe for every single thing you do. You know, sending so much love, blessings towards your way. Double time again. You know, even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. Those things really take somebody a long way. Just because you're doing it just for the beautiful heart that you truly have can take you even further. So much love to you. Namaste. God bless. I say shalom. Much love. Peace.